Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had the OGs from your neighborhood, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and have them smash it right now. You might have to show them how. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons. Hey, Ruben, I seen that you upgraded your tier. Thank you, my boy. I see everything, man. I get the email updates. Now, Lori559CO, another Ruben, Cornbread Killer, Herbuma AZ, CJ Salvalza, EOP Whisperer, Las Vegas Flights Live, Charge my fucking tablet. Pre of these nuts, Lockdown 5, Cristobal La Reina Hernan, Don't Trip, Winston Alejandro, Trailero 760, Breathing Underwater, Armando, El Skid, Hobie Cat, Lead with Love, Albert 12, AI Vega, Esquiel, Big Bad 48, JT, Abuelita Irma, Abuelita Journey, Nova, Linda, the retired CEO, Michigan Wolverines, Mikey 559, the homie Marius, Chevelle 66, Gigi, and Daus Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. And you can always upgrade your tier membership and get a shout out. This episode right here, man. Hector, on more than one occasion, I done heard you use the term OG Black. Yes, OG Blacks, right? I never know how I'm going to approach a topic. But this is good timing, right? The reason it's good timing is because somebody just came on scene on the YouTube that, to me, is an OG Black, and you guys are going to understand why. His channel is Damian Porter, Damion Porter. Prison Wars and Life Wars. Go over there, subscribe, show the dude some love. I never met the guy, right? Never met him. But this is a prime example of how being on Greenside, working in a correctional California prison, you're able to identify, read people right away. Boom! And figure out if they're with the business or not, right? Hey, man, is this, I was going to say inmate, but that dude's a convict. That dude's a convict, right? You could tell the difference. Is this individual going to be a problem child? Is he going to give me a headache? Is he going to be cool to communicate with? Right? That would be the differences. OG Blacks. I told you guys on another video about the Sureños, the Southsiders, that I communicated more with OG Blacks than I did with Southsiders. That's the truth. That's a fact, right? The conversation that I had, man, they were authentic conversations. You're just chopping it up, right? Two guys just chopping it up. Of course, nothing crazy, right? We ain't going overboard, but hey, a conversation is a conversation, man. Learning about their past, the street life, right? They might want to know some bullshit about green. Yeah, man, I got this stupid shit going on. Yeah, I see that. I see that CO, or I see that LT. Let's go back to 2006, 7, 8, 9, Sentinella State Prison, Charlie R, Level 4 GP Killers. Now, mind you, you didn't have to be an old person, dispensa, no disrespect, to be an OG, right? There could be somebody younger in age, but that just carry themselves very respectful. And I think of one dude in particular. He might have been my age, a little bit older, right? Black don't crack. I don't know if I could say that, but they be stay looking good, right? Oh, shit. I didn't know how I was going to sprinkle humor in this one, but fuck, man, I just can't stop, right? Can't stop, won't stop. Anyhow, this dude, people will know who this guy is. He used to get the asthma breathing treatments, right? The asthma breathing treatments all the time. I used to have to escort him to the clinic. Everybody did. And I'll be honest with you, found that annoying at the time, right? But the dude was all right. More than all right. The dude was a cool cat, the inmate. And I say he was young, kind of mid my age, just slightly older. He didn't look like an old man, that's for damn sure. And we would chop it up every time, escort him to the clinic, escort him back, boom. Breathing treatment, it was called, boom, boom, boom. That dude definitely never gave me no problems, never gave nobody no problems. And you could tell that somebody can handle their business when it's time to handle their business. So I'm saying it's not about like pumping out your chest, being loud, being obnoxious, right? These motherfuckers just carry themselves like militant, respectful. Fast forward in life, I would later see that dude on Alpha Yard RJD, at the time level 3 GP. The dude kept the GP the whole entire time, right? He had no reason to go S&Y at all. See him, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, dude? Like, oh shit, promoting up the rank, fucking. Hey, start chopping it up. Hey, he's like, hey, what you know about that? He tells me, what you know about that level 2 yard over there, E yard, Echo yard, that programming, non-designated. Like, hey, dude, to tell you the truth, man, like, I know you from the past. Like, hey, that would be good for you. Trust me, that would be good for you. Like, hey, you're trying to go home. I guarantee this dude was a lifer. I guarantee it. Hey, man, like, I never really looked up his shit. I never had no reason to. Hey, dude, like, let me put in a word with the CC2, right? Because your boy had some connections here, there, and everywhere else. I'm going to try to get you over there, dude. All right. Good looking out, LT. Because that would have been good for him, right? This dude carried himself like a OG, boom, A-Yard, RJD. Hey, man, you're trying to go home. All these lifers are going home. Let's get you to that level 2, right? Now what that level 2 non-designated program is not for is for soldados that still want to maintain GP and don't feel like rubbing elbows with sex offenders. That's when it gets messy, bloody, right? Oh, but if you're trying to program, you're trying to go home, yeah, by all means, voluntarily go over there to the other side, as they call it. There was another black OG that first got at me crazy at Sentinella. I was brand new, right? I challenged that dude to fight. It was fucking dumb. It didn't end up happening. Then next day he comes and apologizes and says I was having a bad day. I said, no, dude, I wasn't having a bad day. You came at me sideways. He's like, yeah, you're right. That was water under the bridge. He ended up, I don't know how, landed in C6. I would shoot this dude extra lunches from time to time. All the time, really, because I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't making the lunches, right? Just shoot him extra lunches. He kind of knew what was up, right? Like, he wasn't telling me no information. There wasn't no handcuff key in the lunch or no file in a baker's cake. It was just shoot an extra lunch, man. You're in the back. You're in C6. You ain't got shit going on. It's a kind of cool topic because I never dived on this, right? I didn't know how I was going to approach it. But it's kind of like, as you can see, being an OG black comes with some perks, man. You want to be young, out of control, and loud, you're going to get the opposite. You're going to get the opposite treatment, right? You're going to get fucking smashed is what you're going to get. I've seen it. We've seen it. Ain't nobody lying. Can't deny it, right? I won't deny it. I'm a fucking rider. Anyways, I think that's how it goes. Or ain't no denying. Anyhow, another one. Sentinella State Prison. Level 4 GP killers in the clinic, right? This was a good job that I had. Clinic officer, straight posted up, man. Take off my boots, take off my vest, telling the level 4s, hey, man, shut the door behind you. I got you, CO, I got you. Good, man. I ain't even trying to do shit today. That's a true story. We would chop it up, right? I kind of want to say these guys' names, but out of respect, I'm not. But it would be a good thing to say their names because they know who they are. But I won't. And this particular guy had a bunch of names, a bunch of aliases. And he told me why. His dude was always on the run. The dude fucking kidnapped somebody. I believe it was San Diego. Tied him up. Oh, this is all gang related. They're op. Their opponent. Their enemy. Their enemigas. Motherfucker, like a drug deal gone good. Or tied a motherfucker up. Pistol whipped them. May or may not have like tortured them. But, the word definition torture. It was all bad. Dude got fucking life or whatever. So this OG black would always tell me, oh, I'm going to get action. I'm going to get action. I was a CO. And in my head, I didn't want to burst the dude's bubble, but in my head, I'm like, I just don't see that happening. Right now, this is before the truth. I think the dude's paroled now. I'm pretty sure the dude is paroled now. I remember looking that guy's name up when I was a sergeant and when I was a lieutenant. Well, he wasn't in the system. Pretty sure that dude paroled. It's kind of funny after I just told you what crime he committed. But hey, man, don't trip. The dude with the OG black. Um, He'd always tell me I'm fighting my case. He would say, like, hey, I'm going to bring you some pictures of me back in the day. And probably like St. Quentin, dude, you know how they be posing like this, showing off their V shape. So big ass lats, traps, and the whole nine. You know, they be having the weights. Even then, they're just born with like a fucking six pack. Genetics. Oh, man. I've been trying my whole life. Can't even get one, right? Maybe you could see the top two, but don't trip. Dude was telling me I'm fighting my case. Dude was bringing his stuff into the. I think he always carried his paperwork with him because he was always in the law library. The dude, you know, and he showed me pictures of him in the past. He showed me his legal paperwork. Yeah, the dude with the business. He told me about LAPD. He's the one that told me that the cops in the 90s were off the charts, right? Because I didn't know, man. Especially that time, there was no YouTube. There was no. The only conversations that we're having was face to face. Like, oh yeah, these cops were with it, like crazy with it, man. Telling us like they would drop us off in the Mexican neighborhood without our shirts. I think he told me like the Mexicans gave him a break or a pass because they knew it was fucked up, and vice versa. If a Mexican got dropped off in the black, this was in the 90s, right? I wasn't there, but I could see that kind of happening. Like the gang members looking at the cops like, hey, you guys are fucking foul for this. OG Black there, asthma guy. He was a youngster. OG Black, the guy that I challenged to fight. OG Black, the one that paroled after. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he paroled, right? And then now let's go over to Donovan. You didn't have to be old man to be called OG. There was a young, tall Crip on B Yard. Just the way he carried himself, right? He may or may not be a shot caller, but I was able to converse with that dude. And we never even had to say much because like everything was getting handled. Everything was getting handled on our side. Everything was getting handled on their side. Like we knew like somebody gets out of line, they're gonna get snatched into line real quick, easy. And that is for the greater good, right? That is great for the greater peace. No crispiness in the air. There was that OG black guy on Echo Yard when I was a lieutenant, and I saw like a Rolling 60s tattoo, old faded tattoo. And the only thing I said with him is like, hey, 60s? And he's like, yeah, used to be. And I said, what's up with these youngsters, man? And he goes, man. He's like, it's like all us OGs left the hood and nobody left those guys a playbook. And I remember thinking like, fuck, that's exactly what happened, man. And then I remember instantly thinking that's the same thing what happened with Green. All the OGs, the COs bounce, and all these new kids are just getting their neck adjusted, playing foosball, right? You can see the differences between somebody that's been around and somebody that ain't. Somebody that has it up here and somebody that don't. Somebody that has it here and somebody that don't. Right? That's an OG. What's up, OG? What's up, LT? Right? OG was a terminology of respect. I remember there was a black inmate going out in the ambulance out the Sally Port. I was like a sergeant at the time, Donovan. And he was kind of like EOP with it, kind of like JCat with it. Sometimes I would throw that word out there to bring them back down to reality, right? Like, hey man, I gotta bring you back. I gotta bring you back. They would get crazy, right? EOP, mentally unstable, kind of like manipulation, right? But verbal judo, fucking verbal judo, man. Your boy was a good verbal judo or black belt, and EOP whisper. The motherfucker was gonna get nuts with it in the ambulance. You know when their eyes are not all there, and I fucking dude was about to get wild. I go, hey, what's up, OG? Man, it looks like I made this dude's fucking Christmas. He's like, hey, what's up, Triple OG? He called me Triple OG, and then he told the paramedic guy, did you hear that, man? This dude knows what's up, and we started chop. Right, I changed this dude's demeanor with a quickness, right? Motherfucking poor cop was about to go get assassinated out there in the public. What's up, OG? But that's the episode for today, man. The differences between an OG black and one that's not, right? Just a regular average inmate. These guys carry themselves highly. You can tell the way they talk, the way their demeanorism. Um, and actually, in a California prison system, that is what holds the collective together. That is what the that is the wits, the common sense, the mind. That is a piece, right? You fucking need that. You cannot have chaos. So again, go check out the dude's YouTube channel, Damien, Damion Porter, Porter. The message for today is, man, there ain't too many OGs left in this world, man. OGs are the last of a dying breed, man. We should make a OG making factory. But other than that, man, keep listening to the people that have been through it. Keep sharing the messages. And thank you for your guys' input, man. It makes it easy to do this. Keep pushing forward.